Hey, what's going on, guys? Battle Nations Emperor here, back today with another video. And today, guys, we are back at Marin, of course, famous for the Siege of Marin, and this kind of looks like it was after the siege. But today we are back for another Battle Nations video, and today for a lore video. So we're going to be discussing the ending of Battle Nations, and more specifically, the cliffhanger Battle Nations left off on. So, just a real quick recap for anybody who doesn't know. We're going to go over the Battle Nations intro story, go through a little bit of the middle, but mainly talk about the end. Big spoiler warnings. We are going to be talking about all spoilers related to the Battle Nations campaign. So if you by chance are new here, or you just don't want the story spoiled for you, by all means, just wanted to give you this one little warning right here. But with that being said, yes, we are going to be talking about the story of Battle Nations. And before we get into today's video, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the support on the last video. It absolutely blew the freak up. It's going crazy. I just wanted to thank you guys for that. I'm going to continue to try to make these videos better. Of course, we just got the intro, we got the sounding improved. The guild has been blowing the freak up. We just hit 250 members in the server alone. So again, just wanted to thank you guys for that. And yeah, I love this Battle Nations community. I will continue to try to offer this Battle Nations community better and better content. And I just appreciate every single last one of you guys. If you have any requests for me, please consider dropping them in the comments below. And yeah, with all that being said, let's jump right into it, starting off with just the intro. So I'm pretty sure like everybody knows this, but just real quick recap. The Empire went through a series of emperors, and that line goes, of course, we know Emperor Hedric II, but actually it goes far beyond that, this little kid right here. It goes directly to his father, Emperor Trajan, and then his father before him, Emperor Hedric the Great. So real quick, Emperor Hedric the Great, this guy, he conquered all of the land. He basically expanded across this continent. He was a great leader, great military strategist, and just took it all over. His son, Trajan, this guy right here, he proceeded to industrialize the lands. He was also a very competent, smart leader, and he industrialized the lands, made them richer, made them more powerful. He is basically what put the empire on the map. So his father, the Great, he conquered the land. Trajan, he industrialized the land. So two incredibly powerful, incredibly smart leaders. However, unfortunately, as we all know, Trajan's son, Emperor Hedric II, was an idiot. Or, more specifically, was really just a child. I mean, throughout the entire game, he is constantly coming in and saying stuff like, hey, you know, we need resources for, you know, a monument. Oh, but don't worry about the rebels. Or, oh, hey, we're having, you know, a feast for all of the warriors, you know, fighting for the empire, but we're not going to give them any food, but we're going to take pictures of the food. I mean, these are literally things he does in the campaign, and we're just supposed to, like, you know, brush it off as, oh, Hedric being Hedric, and like, yeah, Hedric being Hedric, but also, Hedric was a terrible emperor, just full stop, and let me tell you, I know a few things about being an emperor. So, by all means, just an absolute awful leader, completely destroys the empire, and he led, ironically enough, to its greatest fall without him in his leader, General Ash. And yes, General Ash used to be, of course, a general for the Empire. He looked like this, super professional. We see this all in the intro, though, so I'm sure you guys know this. And yeah, he breaks away because, I mean, who would want to be under the control of this guy? Hedric II is just awful. I don't blame Ash for breaking away, honestly. And yeah, he breaks away even though the rebels were about to make their last stand, completely turns the tide for them. And all throughout the campaign, it's pretty much just the story of the Empire losing ground under the command of Hedric the Idiot, and General Ash being an extremely confident, extremely smart leader, and just proceeding to destroy all rebel forces. Pretty much the only pretty much the only Imperials getting wins at this point, i.e. fighting off successfully rebels, is us, the player, the captain. But, and again, I'm just going to give one more spoiler warning, because this is the ending we're about to talk to. In the ending, in the campaign, General Ash launches a full assault against Karsten, the Imperial capital, and I'll just go ahead and throw it up on screen and read it. This comes directly from Hedric II's biography, and I'll go ahead and just start reading it as it reads. As the 95th Rifles attacked Warlord Gannis's fortress in the northern frontier, the rebel army launched a surprise attack on the capital of the empire, Karsten. From the Turaria Mountains, In the process, the rebel army, led by General Ash, destroyed the city and assassinated the Emperor, resulting in the collapse of the Empire and chaos across it. Having no known offsprings or siblings, the royal bloodline ended with his death. Slowly, all armies of the Empire fell to the rebels, all but the player's outpost and Installation 17, the last holdouts of the resistance, which were able to stay under the rebels' radar long enough to stand a good enough chance against them. And yeah, the only other thing that happens after that, incredible story, is just this, which I'll go ahead and grab a little bounty haul real quick, place it right here, and now I'll go ahead and throw this up, and this is the last we received from General Ash. And it reads, later on, in the mission Ash's Last Ride, Perkins reports that the outpost has received a coded message from Ash, stating that he wants to defect to the rebel army. In an updated message, Perkins says that while en route to the outpost, Ash was ambushed by rebel forces in the Heartland. Heartland is just the world map. It looks like this. It's just general why he was trying to get to the outpost. But continue reading. Although suspicious, Morgan and Ramsey go to rescue him and meet up with Ash to join the rebel forces that begin surrounding him. In the mission Catch Them All, a battle ensues where the player repels the rebel army and finds out Ash was seriously injured during the battle. When Ash tries to tell Morgan and Ramsey something urgent, they are attacked again by a huge wave of rebels. And Ash, although seriously injured, fights alongside the Empire. And this is the last time I'm going to pop to say something. You get to control Ash here. He looks like this. And as a kid, man, it felt so cool to have battled this guy the entire campaign and finally to control him as a unit. But yes, as you can see, full Imperial globe, everything looks super nice. And yes, you got to fight alongside with him. But that's the only thing I wanted to say. Keep reading. After the battle, Morgan states that, again, that Ash needs to be patched up. But Ash responds by saying, "I won't be joining you, Lieutenant. My time is up." He continues on to say something that the rebellion is being manipulated by someone. He says, and I quote, "You're in danger. Much worse than you thought. The rebellion, they're being manipulated. There's something else. And they've got it out for you." He warns Morgan that he needs to be careful who he trusts. And then the dialogue ends, signaling his passing. And yeah, that's really where the campaign leads us off on. We do get a few more things, but we never find out who that mastermind is. And that's the mastermind I was referencing in my most recent meme about Tio. Tio and I talked about it a while ago, and he is convinced it's Floyd, which I'm not going to lie, he makes a compelling argument if you ever want to hear him out on it. But yeah, that is the kind of the end of Battle Nations. That's where they left us off on this unbelievably massive cliffhanger. And it really does annoy me that we'll never know who Z2 had intended for the actual mastermind to be. It's just one of those things lost to history, I guess. But I do take comfort in knowing that, well, Madrona Games is certainly going to finish this off. I don't know exactly how they're going to finish the story off, but I know they're going to finish the story off, and I think they're going to do a good job. But that does beg the question, how do they continue this off? Well, I think, of course, at the end of the day, it's down to Madrona, and more importantly, you guys, the Battle Nations community. You guys determined everything. And with that being said, I would really hope not only do they finish the story, but I hope they ask Boris his opinion. Because if you guys don't know, Boris is an active developer in the community. He works for Madrona Games. He's one of the big reasons we have Battle Nations back. He's a great guy, absolutely awesome. But he also worked for Z2. Yes, he worked on the original Battle Nations as well. So this guy is just an absolute G. And if I had to say if anybody was to decide how the story ends, I want it to be him. I want him to have the final say on who the mastermind is, and I want him to be able to complete this story, because I feel a previous Z2 employee and now a current Madrona Games employee, bro, if anybody can speak for the story of Battle Nations, I believe it's him. So that is my personal pick to who I would love to see write the rest of the story. Oh boy, this raptor statue looks pretty freaking cool. How about this bad boy? But yeah, just want to throw that out there. He's my pick to finish off the story. Of course, I think it should be a team effort. I think the community should have a lot of input. But I think if it comes down to one man's opinion, I think that man should be Boris. So yeah, just wanted to make this quick little video recapping the ending of Battle Nations, and also just really leaving it up to interpretation, because that's where we're at right now, guys. I'm going to be honest. I'm on Team Tio. I think it's Floyd. I was kind of thinking it was Ramsey, but he's a little bit too secure in the Empire. He has his girl Cassidy. Cassidy loves the Empire. I just don't see it happening. But Floyd, yeah, Floyd's got some explaining to do. Floyd's just too smart. He's too quiet. And honestly, he seems like he would have the incentive. So yeah, a lot of stuff there. Would love to hear your guys' opinion though. Let me know who you think the mastermind is. Let me know how you'd like the story to end. Do you want it to be a community decision? Do you want it to come down to Boris? Do you want the Madrona team to decide it? How would you like to see the story end? And also, what do you just think about the story in Battle Nations in general? For me personally, I adore it. Literally, I was going to say a 10 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10, with the ability to become a perfect 10 out of 10 once they complete the story and we figure out who this freaking mastermind is. And yeah, guys, that will do it for today's quick little Battle Nations video. Really just wanted to get this out because it's been bugging me. Just thinking about who this mastermind is, the ending of Battle Nations, because I've been going through and reading all about the lore. If you guys want more lore videos, please let me know. I can certainly cover more lore videos, more tutorial videos, or really just wherever you guys want. I'm trying to keep up with this massively growing community because Battle Nations, like I've said for the past year now, is so underrated, and I still think we are in the baby steps of the game. So with that being said, again, just please let me know what I can do for you guys, what videos I can make. I would love to continue producing content for you, the content you guys want best. Again, thank you so much for the support on these last few videos and shorts. They have been unbelievable. Thank you so much for it. And yeah, guys, with all that being said, that will do it for us. Thank you so much for watching this Battle Nation video. If you enjoyed it, please consider dropping a like down below and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And yeah, guys, that will do it. Please consider dropping a comment with any questions, suggestions. And as always, have a great rest of your day.